Hi, personal comedy Jesus. Hi.
Hi, what a night of hearings, huh? A few more hundred like that, and Merrick Garland's going to do something. That was
Hey,
amazing.
hey. Listen,
He's
he
using
had
his
to come
inside
out.
voice.
He had to. It's just that's what we said. We needed voice deity Jim
Yeah, I know.
Ward to tell him how to use his outside voice. He's saying the right things. It's just I know his. I want him to sound like Mr. T personally, but he does not.
So do I. I want him to. I want him to grab Trump and say, "Does Merrick Garland need to smack a bitch?" But look, he's got to take his time. And in fairness, Merrick Garland is still waiting to find out if Will Smith really did smack Chris Rock. So
All right.
they got to
Hey,
take
hey,
time on
hey,
this.
hey, listen.
They have to go through the evidence more.
Okay. He has said it before. No one is above the law. Let's just. I'm the Veruca saltiness. If I can be patient, you can be patient, Mister. Okay, so.
Can I? So can I.
Chris had to remind me that you also hosted one version of America's Funniest because how did you enjoy the blooper reel, the Donald Trump?
Chris had to remind me that I once hosted America's Funniest.
For 2 years you did.
I know. I signed on to do it for half a season, and it turned into 2 years of my life.
And I did a poor knockoff called "Show Me the Funny."
You did on Fox Family Channel.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
I remember Show Me the Funny. No, I mean, it was remarkable watching this whole thing last night, seeing Josh Hawley, who just wow, he is so lucky that sedition and hating democracy and being a coward is still testing well with the base. I loved it.
See, you are an alpha liberal, and this is my point. Malcolm Nance, alpha liberal, but Josh Hawley wrote a book on manhood. What did he call?
Yeah.
What is it called? Manliness, the virtues of whatever. Oh my God! And this shows who they really are, right? When they're behind barricades and he's being protected by Capitol Police, he's got the butch fist up, and then you see who he really is behind closed doors, right?
Listen, before this is all over, Josh Hawley will be pretending he was just giving the fist pump as an homage to Black liberation Olympic athletes. He'll do it by the end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget, he comes from the same district as Hallmark Cards, and they had to stop donating to him. Remember their card they wrote? Roses are red, violets are blue, bitch, where's our money? You helped start a coup. So that's Josh Hawley.
But I'd forgotten, honestly. That's why I think what's good about these hearings. We marinate in this stuff, you and I had forgotten that it wasn't just that's the thing we remember is the
The
fist.
fist?
The fisting.
Yes.
You never forget the fisting.
You never forget your first time fisting.
No, you do
Especially
not,
Josh
Chris.
Hawley.
No,
Never.
you do
Never.
not ever.
With those
You
delicate
never forget
hands.
your first several times, actually. But yeah,
Here's
you know
my
what?
point.
I don't forget.
Here's my point.
Some-
It's not that. It's
I
that he
might
was the
forget
one
that.
senator that caused this. He incited the violence because he's the one that voted not to certify. Right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. They keep focusing on the thugs in MAGA hats who tried to overthrow our democracy that day. They don't talk about the thugs in cheap suits who tried to overthrow our democracy later that same night.
Yeah.
And to me, the fact that so many Republicans voted to throw out the votes of predominantly black districts in Arizona and Pennsylvania is the story the media is not going to touch.
Yeah. You bitch slapping fake Christians on Twitter is one of the things that gives me life. Can I just...
Thank you, my child.
Who's that? This guy, Northern somebody, statesman, said, remember, he tweeted at you, remember when you incorrectly stated that Jesus was against killing, K-I-L-L-I-N?
Yes.
Gin, G-I-N, self-defense. Okay, and violence when in the Bible he whips merchants selling stuff in a temple and makes a fig tree unable to grow anything. Maybe read the Bible, you retarded.
Yes.
And hack. Find a better
Yes.
job. And you just said it's always nice when the Jesus-like killing people Christians weigh in with their deeply spiritual takes.
Well, I could have explained to that guy, A, trees aren't people. B, Jesus caused this whole temple episode because the poor were being exploited,
Right.
Republican voters. That's what made Jesus angry. But my issue was, look, I'm thrilled there was somebody doing concealed carry that was able to take out a mall shooter last week. Great. Good. I'm glad more people weren't hurt. My issue is calling that person a good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan is someone who pays for an undocumented person's health care out of pocket, not someone who kills people. And again, if you're going to celebrate this guy having a gun in the mall as proof the Second Amendment works, well, then you've got to take the guy who killed 3 people in a mall as proof the Second Amendment works, because every time there's a mass shooting, that's the Second Amendment working the way the Republican Party wants it to. So go ahead and be that way. Just don't pretend you're Christian. It's easy.
Here's my favorite one. John tweeted at John Fugelsang. If you're spelled U-R apostrophe R-E.
Oh, God.
Really, my friend, do not post partisan mimes.
Mimes?
In order to indoctrinate me, you would talk to me and try to persuade me with too many S's. You just said I hereby apologize for all the partisan mimes that I posted.
Oh.
I didn't know they were partisan mimes. They never told me.
You see? Oh my God, that's hysterical. Oh my God.
They said nothing. They said nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe he meant Parisian mimes. It was either partisan memes or Parisian mimes. I'm not sure. I confused the two.
In your defense, maybe you didn't hear them because they had gone down into the basement. Okay. All right.
Exactly.
See, I did a mime joke. I did a mime joke on the radio.
You couldn't hear them because of the windstorm.
The wind. The wind is, or they were stuck in a box.
There's a glass wall between us. Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to say after last night's hearings, I was just glad because somewhere in hell, Nixon is so thrilled that another president has been described as being worse than him. Because literally last night, they used Nixon as the bar for presidents doing the right thing. That's how far we've gotten in these hearings.
And Liz Cheney is our hero. What is happening? Okay, Liz Cheney last night.
We've seen bravery and honor in these hearings, and Ms. Matthews and Mr. Pottinger, both of you will be remembered for that, as will Cassidy Hutchinson. She sat here alone, took the oath, and testified before millions of Americans. She knew all along that she would be attacked by President Trump and by the 50, 60, and 70-year-old men who hide themselves behind executive privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be her at the end, like just above Donald Trump with Merrick Garland there, and she'll be like, finish him.
I don't think
finish him.
We're not going to have her past November.
She'll be free to do whatever she wants. Yeah. That's when she goes free range.
She'll be free. She'll be a free range.
But she won't be on this committee if they go past.
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
Well.
Yeah.
John,
She can be on the committee for the rest of the year.
This is
January.
true. This is
she
true.
could probably stay on the committee as counsel.
That was the big news from last night. Is that obviously they're not done. That she announced they'll have more hearings in September, which is great because there's always more crime.
They got picked up for a second season before Obi-Wan Kenobi did.
They did.
And, look, I mean, we can't forget that Liz Cheney is the enemy of almost all that is good.
Yes.
She wants to criminalize abortion.
Yep.
She still thinks the Iraq War was a great idea.
Yep.
But God bless the Democrats. I keep saying, Democrats, you need to fight for the right thing, but hire evil people. And man, did they do a good job.
That's what
when you need to hire someone,
I wish Benny Thompson. I wish Benny Thompson the quickest of recoveries from COVID, but I was like, oh, good, the Velociraptor's in charge. She will finish him tonight. She's right. I mean, she's just laser focused, and you're right. She's right on one issue: democracy.
Yeah, but Liz Cheney's whole goal is the same as Mitch McConnell's. They want to save the Republican Party. All these Republican witnesses, Rusty Bowers, they're all trying to save the party from Trump. They all want Ron DeSantis to be the nominee in 2024 and not Trump. Mitch McConnell said it in the book, This Will Not Pass, by the New York Times writers. He said on January 6th, let the Democrats deal with the SOB. And that's what they're doing right now. We have to make sure that we use them and use their evil for good, but that we don't get played. Right. Because this whole thing is an infomercial for Ron DeSantis. Don't forget that.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to be dark. It was great. Look, what was the big message of last night? We learned that Donald Trump, during those 3 hours, was like Gene Hackman after Welcome to Mooseport. He chose not to act.
Yes.
That's what it was. He chose not to act.
You're just a scamp and a delight, sir. And you can go to sexyliberal.com. September 10th coming up first. Yep. Washington, D.C. Me and John Fugelsang and Hal Sparks. Glenn Kirshner on panel, and God knows how many other surprises. God knows what Carl Frisch and Bob Seska have planned for us. You know how they do for DC Sexy Liberal.
You're going to make Bob Seska strip down.
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to make Carl Frisch strip down.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you're going to make me haul a big refrigerator out there on my back so that Kimberly and Bob can have sex.
Yes. Is that exploitive, John? I don't think so. I mean.
Yes. Yes, it is. You should raise the chicken prices for that. That's a whole new VIP.
All right. Love you, John Fugelsang. See you next week.